My name is Jacqueline. Standing in the middle of my sister Isabella's wedding reception, I'm surrounded by laughter and celebration. But there's a strange sense of unreality, like I'm watching a movie rather than living in the moment. The memory of the intense conflict at her engagement party still stings, but now, as I look around, I see a different family dynamic emerging. It all started at Isabella's engagement party. The party was held at a luxurious beachfront mansion, a far cry from the simple gatherings I was used to. The setting sun painted the ocean a warm orange, and the sound of waves crashing against the shore provided a backdrop to the event. I was standing in a corner, feeling like an outsider, when my father, a strict and traditional businessman named Mr. Thompson, tapped his glass to get everyone's attention. "Dear friends and family," he began, his voice booming. "My wife, Mrs. Thompson, and I couldn't be happier to celebrate Isabella's engagement to Ethan. But we also have a big announcement. As a wedding gift, we're giving Isabella 20% ownership of our family's real estate business." I felt the air leave my lungs. Next to me, my husband, Michael, squeezed my hand tightly. Isabella, at 27, beamed with excitement, while I, at an older age, felt a familiar pang of disappointment. I remembered my own wedding, where my parents gave me a set of linens, saying it was practical. No business shares, no talk of inheritance, just something for the home. After the party, when the guests had left and it was just our family, I finally found the courage to speak up. "Why didn't I get the same?" I asked, my voice surprisingly calm. My mother, a woman who always put on a perfect facade, scoffed. "Jacqueline, you're so successful on your own. You don't need it." But I couldn't hold back anymore. I gave up my dream of studying abroad so Isabella could go to a prestigious art school. I took on extra jobs to help with the family finances while she got full support. Being independent shouldn't mean being overlooked. My father's face darkened. "The decision is final. Don't cause trouble. Be happy for your sister." Isabella shifted uncomfortably, and Ethan looked away, clearly wishing he wasn't there. Over the next few days, I went through old photo albums with Michael. In one picture, I was at my high school graduation, holding a book about career development my parents gave me, while Isabella, at her graduation, was standing next to a brand new sports car. It was a clear pattern of favoritism that had persisted throughout our lives. Friends and colleagues reached out to support me. My old professor, Dr. Harris, even drove a long way to tell me that my parents had never seen my true potential, but everyone else did. He reminded me of all the projects I'd completed and the problems I'd solved for the family business over the years. As Isabella's wedding approached, my parents and other relatives started pressuring me to attend. They said it was about family unity, but I knew they just wanted me to go back to being the silent, understanding daughter. I decided to write a letter, stating my boundaries. I listed all the instances of favoritism, from the college fund to the gifts, and said I'd attend if they could acknowledge these patterns. At the pre-wedding dinner, my father finally said, "We should have been fair to you." It wasn't an easy admission for him, but it was a start. On the wedding day, as I helped Isabella into her wedding dress, we had a moment of honesty. She thanked me for being there, and I realized that maybe things could change. Now, at the reception, Isabella made an announcement. Instead of joining the family business, she and Ethan were starting their own art-related venture. She said I'd taught her the value of independence. My father later found me and simply said, I was wrong. My mother, with tear-filled eyes, also apologized. 6 months later, at a family gathering, we all sat around the table, sharing stories and laughter. There was no more undercurrent of competition. I realized that family isn't just about blood, it's about how people treat each other. And I was finally part of a family that I helped to build, one based on fairness and respect.